Why don't you guys start? I'll go check the feed real quick.
Okay.
Because you're going to do a quick introduction and make sure that it's streaming.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start here. Can you hear me and see me and everything?
Yes, I can.
Can you see my hat?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Boss Lady Contracting. So we had a lot of construction done on our house. $52,000 worth of construction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was so bad, and so it was quite the experience. But anyway, the lady who did the contracting is Boss Lady Contracting. So for Halloween, I wore this outfit. So let's see. Okay, so
and I am here, so.
oh good, oh good. Okay, fabulous. Now we just need to find Jill. She went to check the feed somewhere. But anyway, so
Okay.
welcome back to the new Quantum Course in Miracles Part 2. So,
Oh, can I say I did bad math when we were setting up this time? You know, when you said 2:00, I did bad math. I was thinking it was 1:00 my time. It's 3:00. That is pretty not a good time for me, just FYI.
right, well, maybe we could do it at noon
So
or
if we
something. Robin, what about you?
Well, next week I can't meet because I have a doctor's thing I gotta do. So
Oh, well, so I don't know, maybe
Well,
we'll
I
do
will just, I will participate in as much as I am able to participate every week.
well,
Just
but
saying
okay,
that-
so if maybe we'll skip next week. I don't know what to do. And
Well, is next week no, next week is not Thanksgiving. The following week is Thanksgiving.
oh, on a Thursday, oh my gosh. Oh,
So
uh-oh.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll have class once a
Not
month.
meant
How's
to
that?
be. Okay.
So
Yeah.
lots
Could
of
we do
times
it?
I've done
Could we
2
do
a
it?
year.
Yeah, could we could we do it? Could we do it later? What time is the appointment?
Robin, what time's your appointment next week?
it's a Zoom from 1 to 3.
Oh, okay, so that'd be 4
What
o'clock
about
my
11 or something?
time.
Probably 11 would work. 11 to. Yeah, I'd have to leave a little early.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
have to leave early today because
Should we do 10:30? Could we do 10:30 to 12:30?
yeah, that would work, I guess, for me.
Ruth?
So-
Ruth, we lost you.
Nope, she's right here. No,
Okay.
She's not. No, wait 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we lost her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. I think we'll just
At what were the 11?
10:30. That way it gives her some time in between. Can you do that?
It'll be really tight, but
We could say 11 and end early. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Is Ruth back on?
no.
Oh. So, we waiting for Ruth or what? You get some more food down.
Why don't we just get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay.
Okay. Well, welcome back to the Course of Miracles. We had a 2-month break, and what did you do, Robin, during the 2-month break? Did you?
Oh,
have
I
any-
lived one day at a time,
Good.
and
Good.
just lived out my life,
Yeah. Did you study anything from the course?
Not much.
Yeah.
Not much.
Like you said,
I
you kind of
didn't do
needed a
much.
break. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
We probably all did.
Um, I remember I did look at these short lessons just a little bit, and I like them. I
Yes.
did look. I did look because each section, like, what is forgiveness? I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, yes.
You know, I
Yeah.
like this new section we're doing.
Yeah, I do too. It's the last
It's
third
really
of the
good.
course, and it's really profound.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
second part is what is salvation? That's fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hmm
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Kind of the whole Course of Miracles in a nutshell, right there. Those two things,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
forgiveness and salvation. Hi,
Right.
Jill.
Hi.
Hey, you're back.
Yes, I am
Well,
back.
and I'm back as well. But if I lose Wi-Fi driving around, there's spots that don't have it. So
Yeah.
You're
if I
sure
lose you,
you're
I'll
in
come back.
spirit.
Yeah. So let's talk about
Yes.
next week. Can you do 11 next week?
Or 10:30?
10:30? 10:45.
Mary, I'm trying to see that I don't get home until 15. So I could, which is,
It'll be an hour later your time.
what was it, 2:50?
Like, I think she's saying that she's having.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
if
Yeah,
it's-
we'll talk
if-
about it.
if-
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and
All
listen
right.
to the
All
Yeshua
right.
message.
Yes.
I think that would really be a good. Do you want to do an
Let's
invocation?
do that. Let's do that because that's a perfect thing.
Well, you
That's
know what?
I can listen while I'm driving.
Reverend Jill
Okay.
has this beautiful, beautiful thing she wants to share. And so let's start with that,
Okay.
and then we'll do the Yeshua message.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
So, all right. Let's see how I'm gonna. I'm
Do you have
sorry.
room?
Well, I need to.
Yeah, here.
Well,
I can move this back.
actually, and I'll just be on the side here.
No.
because
Come on.
I need to be on this keyboard
Oh,
to
okay.
share what I wanted
Okay.
to show them the screen.
Okay.
Okay. So you can be.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Here we go. All right. So, what we wanted to announce during the time that we've had away, Mary and I have been working with a doctor. I had started working with him some time ago, named Dr. Larry Quell. And can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Yes, perfectly.
Wonderful. So I always describe him kind of as a quantum holistic
Healer
healer and
chiropractor.
yeah, and he is a doctor, like he is medically trained, but he is definitely moved into the quantum realm of healing, and he's teaching these wonderful methods of self-healing that are really profound. And
Wow.
just
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And this Sunday, at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time, the church where I'm ordained as a minister, where I did my training, First Spiritual Science Church of Denver, we're having a service that you can access online.
It's very easy.
So, and I'm going to do. Bear with me here because I'm doing tech right now. As
And
I'm
then
talking.
he's gonna speak. He's gonna do like a 20 or 30-minute presentation and show 2 techniques that you can do for self-healing that are so profound. Yesterday, I healed myself of 10 health conditions with this one technique.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
it's, because with what I've been through with my body, it's had a lot of changes and challenges. And this technique has saved my life and my sanity and all kinds of stuff.
So I'm sharing my screen. This is our website, firstspiritual.com. And Ruth, we can email you this information.
Thank you. That's what I was going to request that you do,
Yeah, I
please.
can email you both the link
Okay.
to the website. Email. Okay, I'm just making a note of that so I don't forget.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome, of course, and thank you for your patience as I was getting everything set up tech-wise. So if you, so you'll see this when you open up the page. In this
Okay.
I don't know if I'm blocking what you can see because it's been a while. Okay, so if you keep on zooming or scrolling down this screen, what you're going to
Yeah.
see right here is click here to join online service. Okay, so we
Okay.
use Zoom online service,
Okay.
and we have it set up. Mary has been um, part of service by watching via Zoom. And we had started during the pandemic offering Zoom and found that so many of our members who are across the country, international folks, like just love having the access to the online, whatever the situation may be, having the access to the online. So you can join service here. It does start at 10:30.
Till about 12, right?
Yeah, we always end by 12.
Okay. So Jill, 10:30. What day?
This coming Sunday.
It's a
So,
Sunday service.
Oh, okay.
Sunday church service.
yeah.
And the church is beautiful. It has chandeliers and they have a great pianist, Penny Piano, and she's going to start teaching Michael and me piano lessons this coming
Oh,
Saturday.
fantastic.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, to continue from where we are going, you know. But anyway, it's really easy to just click and then you're in the Zoom and it's no big deal.
And so that starts at 10:30. This is just so you get a preview. This is the church. This is what the entrance of our church looks like.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah. And
Pretty.
please feel free to look at our website. Our dear friend Aurelia offers an online spiritual stretching class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There's all sorts of online classes.
Yeah.
And so there
Let's
is
go.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Jill. And she's going to read
Yeah.
something from.
Why don't we just
Let's just wait.
Why don't
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah, there we go.
let's just do the Yeshua message,
Okay.
and then we'll get all centered and balanced. Not that we are not, but I will just preface it by saying that we have this website. Jill has done this incredibly beautiful job on our website. We've been working on that a lot and working in Foundation for Inner Peace to get the Course in Miracles study guides, all the copyright stuff set up. So there's been a lot of background stuff. So it isn't like we haven't been doing anything. but anyway, plus working on our own healing. So let's see. So anyway, she has done a lot of work with the website. We'll maybe tell you more about that next week. So let's do that. Excuse me.
1 second. Mary, why don't you, okay, you want to,
Do the Yeshua message?
I'm trying to,
Yeah.
but I need just a second to,
Oh, look at this beautiful picture of Jesus that we
Oh, I
decided.
love it.
Yeah, we
Nice.
decided instead of the other one with the pink gown that was not quite reverent enough, you know? This is my favorite picture of Jesus, Yeshua. So that's going to be on during the whole message.
oh, that's why wait a second.
So what happened was that Jill asked me for a couple of weeks ago, on October 26th, for a message from Yeshua to introduce the Yeshua messages. So when people go online, they can purchase them, the voice or the written part. And so she wanted an introduction as to where did the messages come from and how they start. And most of you know this, but maybe you don't know all of it. But there's also a couple of universal laws in there. So I want you to see when you listen to it if you can figure out what they are. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And,
Okay.
yeah. So that'll help us out because I haven't listened to it again since then. But it's a little different than usual, and I think it's really wonderful because I'm now a walk-in as Joya, and both of us have been reborn on a whole bunch of levels. So that's why we've been having a little challenge getting this up and running and remembering how to do it and stuff. So thank you for your patience here with us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Doesn't it, it says in the Bible, or Jesus says somewhere in Matthew's, have patience and I will show you all.
Hmm.
And another thing I got in recent meditation is that Holy Spirit, HS, equals your highest self, HS.
Oh, oh
So
yeah.
some spiritual schools or whatever call it your higher self, but that's not high enough. We need the highest possible self, and that is our Holy Spirit. So I thought that was kind of cool. That worked out. Makes
Right.
sense.
I don't know how to share the screen right now.
Oh,
So.
oh, okay. Well, just listen to the message, okay?
Greetings and stop
Oh, no,
embodiment
it's okay.
of love, for that's what you all are. You are embodiments of divine love. Only you may not know it yet. You may not experience it much yet, but that's the truth of who and what you are. So this is Yeshua ben Joseph. That was my preferred name back 2,000 years ago. Also, I'm known as Jesus the Christ, Christ Jesus, many other names, but I most prefer Yeshua ben Joseph. Yeshua, a son of Joseph. And so that's my preferred name. One of the reasons is, if you look at the spelling of Yeshua, it's Yeshua. So it has the first three letters, yes. And we encourage you to say yes, 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 more often than you say no, no, no. And that will give you greater self-esteem, greater success, and everything in your life. All right, so we're going to, this is Yeshua and the family of light, which is explained in some of the Yeshua or messages, especially the earlier ones. And we are receiving this message through our channel, Dr. Mary, Merry, Lynn Noble, Noble, also known as Mary Joya. This is a continuation of approximately 31 lessons that Yeshua messages that have been done so far, in conjunction with a Course in Miracles year-long study group, study class that Mary Joya and I have worked on over many, many years. So I'll tell this story just kind of briefly, that way you'll know where this is coming from. All right, even though I was born 2,000 years ago, I am in the present moment now with my mother, Mary, and my companion, Mary Magdalene, and others in the family of light. So, in 1969, November of the Friday of Thanksgiving weekend, while everybody else was out shopping on Black Friday, Mary was sitting in a private cocktail lounge in a single people's adult complex that had a nice hot tub. But here she was this particular day, feeling sorry for herself and loss of her boyfriend, and grieving over all that. So she was in this bar. She got from the bartender, only other person in the small lounge, she got a double drink and came over and sat down at one of the small round white tables. And when she looked up, she saw me sitting there about 2 or 3 tables away. And as she said later, she said, "Oh, what's that guy doing here in the bar? He doesn't even have a drink. And he's just sitting there radiating, glowing. He has long, kind of curly, hippie hair, kind of golden brownish with some red in it, like my her boyfriends usually have." So, but this was very different. And so she contemplated, she looked down at her drink, and she thought, maybe I'm drinking too much. Maybe my girlfriends are right. I need to slack off on this alcohol. But anyway, she she felt drawn to me like a magnet, like metal filings to a magnet. And so she picked up her drink, came over, and asked very kindly, very softly, if she could sit and talk to me. And I just nodded. And but she kept badgering me. You know what? There's something you have to tell me. There's something you have to tell me. I don't know what it is, but I just feel drawn to you. And what are you doing here anyway? You don't even have a drink, and you're glowing. You're radiating. You have golden light around your head. Oh, you should be in a church, not in a bar. What are you doing here? Finally, he leaned forward very softly and earnestly and said to Mary Joya, "Young lady, I see you are very earnest in your quest for absolute truth. When the time is right, you will study a course in miracles." And so she picked up her drink, went back to the bar, got another double, came back to her table, and I was gone. I vanished because I was in my light body. If you're in your light body, somebody could touch you and it would just go right through. But it looks like you, and it is you in a sense. So it's just your sort of a shadow of you, but all definitely there. So as the years went by, then in 1982, she was jogging one day, and I came to her, a voice in her head that she recognizes, and said, "Now is the time. Stop running, stop jogging. It's January 1st of 1982, and it's time now to study A Course of Miracles. Stop running now, go back home, call bookstores until you find it." There was one copy left. It was a hardback series of 3 books, and dark blue books, and they were about 1,200 pages of amazing, strange material. So she looked at the material and went, "You know, I'm pretty bright, I think, but I don't get this. I just don't get it." "What do you mean?" Anyway, so she was guided to contact a local Unity church, which 3 days later started a year-long study of A Course in Miracles. Interesting coincidence. The young pastor, there were about 20 students at this big round table, I guess. And so he asked the story of each person who had came across A Course in Miracles, what their story was, what brought them there, had they ever heard of it before, and all these amazing stories, beautiful stories came through. And I was about halfway through, and he came over. Well, he just said, "Oh, what's your story?" And I told him my name, and I told him the story. 1969, I saw this man in a bar, and he told me I would study A Course in Miracles. 1969, and the pastor, his eyes grew really big, and he came running around all the way, halfway around this big, huge table, and came to and stood right in front of me. He said, "Young lady, Mary Lynn Noble, do you have any idea who that man was in the bar?" I said, "No, I don't have a clue." And in those days, the early days, there was no story like in the more recent versions of the Course. The whole story is told in the beginning of the book, so you understand where it's coming from. I had no reference. And he said, "Honey," he said, "that was Jesus himself." And I got big eyes. I was looking like, okay. Anyway, I got it. She got it. And so we have been working together ever since. And off and on through the mid-'80s, I encouraged her to form her own study groups. And then she had a degree in psychology. Let's see, she had most of her degrees by then. But anyway, so she started putting this material together, and the students would ask questions, and, "Well, how about if we do this?" Well, anyway, eventually a 352-page study guide book, about an inch thick, came through, and it's a self-study guide, or people can do it in a group. It works fabulously. So it was published and copyrighted in 1994, and again in 2007. And then now in 2022, fast forward, one of the early students that Mary Joya had, that she's very close to, made a call for help. She said, the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center, where you've been teaching your classes on and off over the years, is about to be sold and gone forever because of the COVID. 3 years was difficult to get anybody to take classes. They started doing Zoom classes online, and those few brave, wonderful souls saved the Miracle Center, but they had to sell the grand piano and other stuff to help make it happen. And so my friend said, we've got to pull together and find everybody else you could think of and come back to the Miracle Center and support it if you ever want to be in there again. So we did that, and that was in the spring of 2022. And at the end of 2022, close to the end, I came forward to Mary Joy and said, now was the time to start a year-long Course in Miracles again and revise the materials, and by the time the year is ended, it'll be a published book, and it will be modern, and it will be clear and clearer, and a few things changed and corrected here and there, and it will added and so forth, and it will be a wonderful experience. So I encourage you to start a Zoom class. Well, she didn't know what Zoom was. She was 74 at the time. She didn't want to deal with Zoom or anything. But who came to her rescue but another miracle? Reverend Jill Johnson of a local church nearby, and pastor, reverend, and what a resume, 10-page resume. And so we put them together, we all came together, and the rest is history. So November 7th of 2022 was the first class, and it's on YouTube, and it's under Mary, Merry, Noble, Noble, a year-long study of Course in Miracles, I believe, something like that. But anyway, so each of these classes, 2-hour class, at the beginning, there is one of the Yeshua messages. And she channels the message prior to the class, a day or two or a week or two ahead of the class, and sometimes refers to the material in that particular chapter, and homework, home fun, we like to call it. And then she has the rest of the material covering about 16 pages of the whole, the 3 texts, which are in one book now. They are about 1,200 pages still. And so it's a lot of material, but it's been very carefully divided up. As I say, Yeshua, Yeshua, and Dr. Mary Noble have worked together on this project since 1982. And at times, so some of the year-long courses turned into 2 years. It's rather intense and life-changing. So it's quite remarkable material. And it's just right for this point in time, because we are experiencing much turbulence on the planet. Many of the people are depressed and sad, angry, frustrated, especially younger people, all ages. It's a very difficult time. So this is a perfect time to do this class. And we are now in about week number 32 out of 52 lessons. So what this is, what we have created here, is My Yeshua Mystery School. It is a mystical course. So I am not the Jesus from 2,000 years ago. Well, I am that, but enhanced. I am the ascended atonement at one-ment with God, is the term the course uses, instead of ascension. And so I achieved that ascension not too long after my resurrection, and crucifixion, resurrection, ascension, atonement. And so so Mary Joya and I have been close. Even as a child, she was in a Sunday school with her Jesus grandma, who loved to sing songs about Jesus, loved the little children, and so forth. And she taught Bible school in this little church, community church. So this is my mystery school. So it is about joy and fun, love, enlightenment, and wisdom. So each of the 52 weeks, I present one, two, or three, average of two, of the universal laws of God, which have been given to God by the angels, but given to humanity by the angels and by the source. And it's time now to bring those out. So what we're doing with this, we call it the Joyful Jesus Quantum, A Course in Miracles, because it is quantum. It is very different and very quite remarkable on many levels. And so we have so delighted in giving these messages. And Mary Joy has been very accommodating, sometimes channeling them at midnight or at 5 o'clock in the morning, whenever I have the urge or we get the connection. And it has been such a delight sharing this with the students that are online on Zoom, and which Reverend Jill so kindly helps with every week. As long as everybody's health is okay, we will do this every week. And in about 4 to 6 months, we'll finish it up. The 1 year, which kind of has been extended. But it is a glorious time to be on this planet. And again, remember, you are embodiments of divine love. You are pure love. But you have forgotten it back eons ago, back early in this lifetime. A lot of the truth and beauty and life and joy was programmed out of you by your schools, your businesses, your sometimes churches. And that may sound harsh, but you know what? Mary Joy, people ask her sometimes, well, what's your religion? And she says, the only religion I have is love. Period. Love. Love is at the root of every religion. If love was at the root of everyone's heart, inside the heart, then we would have no more wars. We would have no wars.
Yeah.
We would
Amen,
have peace.
amen.
And Mary Joya has attended approximately 6 mystery schools in her 74 years here. She was just guided in that direction. So she brings that wisdom forth, and it's a oneness gift. And sometimes we hear from Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene. They kind of pop in and out sometimes of the messages. But it is a splendid practice to become acquainted with these universal laws and to practice them, to apply them as best as you can. Because once you get on this path of truth, love, and light, it becomes a spiral upwards experience. You begin to rise, you become lighter, you become wiser, become more kind, more peaceful, more loving. Then once you start on the spiral, it goes upward and then it goes down, comes back down through the top of your head, through your whole body. And you experience the mystical states. The Course in Miracles talks mostly about miracles, but also once you get on the path, you start having revelations. So in the class, the live class, it's right now Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on Zoom, and if you want the link, you can contact us, and we will get you in touch with this class. If it is meant to be, the class is pretty far along, but if you are an advanced being, you could still join in, because the Course in Miracles is circular. There is truth in every single chapter. Truth about the atonement, about one-ment, about how you're not a body. I'm not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. So we are working with a concept called the ego. So there's either love, which is God, or there is fear, anger, frustration, all the negative emotions, depression, worry, stress. That is the ego, which is ego, edging God out. And we want to bring God in. So we have one of the practices, we have exercises, one or two of them in each of the classes. We also do mudras. We stand up and take a break halfway through. We do these beautiful, beautiful hand movements with words that are so empowering that you could do several times during the day to help give you more energy or help you feel better, help you breathe better, and so forth. And so there is a lot of content. The average message is about 24 minutes, 22 to 24 minutes. And these seem to be appealing. Some of the people have, they're not actually students of this class, have gotten a hold of the messages, some friends of ours, and they listen to them in the car as they're going to work, or they're driving around for their business or pleasure or fun or with kids or whatever. But we hope and pray that these messages will touch you very deeply on levels you never have even imagined, and that you will learn so much about love, how to love yourself, how to like and love yourself. And we have something, one of the secrets is an acronym, LAF. This is Dr. Mary Nobles. She is a joyologist, a miracologist, and an angelologist. So the acronym is LAF, L-A-F. Love yourself and others the best you can unconditionally. Love, 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 especially love self. Second, accept self and others the best you can, one day at a time, just in the now. There's only now. There's not the past. The only thing about the past we want to remember is its beauty. Otherwise, we stay in the holy instant of now. So acceptance, and then the last one is F, forgive. Forgive self and others the best you can, one day at a time, in the now moment. And there is a lesson from the Course of Miracles that says, today I look upon my brother and see not his past. So that it changes everything. And to learn how the material world is not the real world. It appears to be, but the real world is the inner world of reaching toward enlightenment, of seeing, of practicing these ideas, of seeing everyone as God. See everybody as God, Goddess, all that is. We also bring in the course, the divine feminine, the balance, the androgynous goal, the law of androgyny, which is a balance of male and female, not having anything to do with sex or gender or anything, but just merely the masculine side is more out in the world and making things happen, creating things, and the feminine side is more soft and loving and nurturing, and the two need each other. We all need each other. So what I encourage is that I'm standing on a nice plateau in the mountains of Colorado, because the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center is in Denver, Colorado, and so I stand on this plateau, and then I reach down and take your hand, and then I bring you up to my level. Then you reach down and get someone else's hand, and pretty soon, at some point, we will all be holding hands around the world, and we will bring in a new. The goal is to bring in the new earth, the new era of peace. Now the granola flakes, as Dr. Mary says. And so we bid you adieu for now, and we bless you so greatly in your search for love, truth, light, peace. The best way you can create world peace is to create peace within yourself. And this Course of Miracles is a profound, we don't know any more profound way to create it. There are all kinds of mystery schools, and they are wonderful all over the planet. You can find them, you can search online. But this one is quantum. It is Yeshua, I, Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus the Christ, in the 21st century, in the year 2023. So we use modern language and stories, and it is me. It is still me. And so it is a delicious experience. We hope you will join us. We hope you will perhaps purchase some of the Yeshua messages that are on the website. The beautiful, stunning artwork is created by Reverend Jill Johnson. She has talents that are just still being discovered, as they have created Joya Love Press Incorporated. And that is the publisher of the website, and we will be publishing A Course in Miracles and many other materials like the Course in Miracles cartoon book that we've been putting together over many years. So we bid you aloha, which is hello and goodbye in Hawaiian. We bid you adieu, which is French for now. And we love you greatly. We surround you with the greatest blanket of love, warmth, joy, like angel wings wrapped around you in great love as we become one with each other. And as we walk down the road with our happy companions beside us, both seen and unseen. And so, thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being open. Thank you for growing and helping to create a world of peace, joy, love, and light. We bid you good night for now. Thank you for listening, and we love you more than you could ever imagine. And you need that love. This whole world is thirsty and hungry and starving for truth, for pure absolute truth, without any gobbledygook in it, without any frosting on the cake, just the pure cake. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but we have fun with this. And so it's the Joyful Jesus Quantum, A Course in Miracles, and we hope you will join us in our continuation of beauty, great art. So each of the Yeshua messages has a piece of beautiful art that Reverend Jill has created. And so we bless you, and we pray for you, and we hope that you will join us in some way, in some capacity, or even ask questions, and we will see what we can do to answer them, because the wisdom exists. The wisdom exists in all of the mystery schools on the planet. They have been around for thousands and thousands of years, even back to Lemuria, Atlantis and Lemuria. And we talk about that to some degree in the class, because this is a new era. This is a new era of enlightenment, of renaissance. It's also called renaissance. It's another word for renaissance. And we love that word because it's kind of different. But we are having a renaissance of enlightenment, as there have been 6 golden ages before on the planet over its creation years. And we are going now into the 7th golden age. We invite you to come with us. We bid you goodbye for now. Pure, beautiful embodiments of divine love. So be it. I am Yeshua, over and out for now.
So,
Mary, I can't hear you.
oh, I didn't
Oh,
speak.
there you are.
Can you hear her now?
I was speechless. No.
Oh, here.
So, any comments about the message? Sorry if you've heard the story before, but this was channeled for the website, so people would know. If you go on it now, there's Yeshua messages and where they come from, who's doing them and all. So
And the audio should be a little, I adjusted it so it should be optimal now. Can you hear? Is it loud enough, folks?
Absolutely. It's perfect. Absolutely.
Cool. Wonderful. All
cool.
right. And then, oh, here. You might need this.
Yes.
There you go.
Alrighty. So, any comments about the message, the universal laws that are within it? I actually listed about 12 of them that were mentioned. And we have a chart. Reverend Jill has put together a chart of the Yeshua messages so we can keep track of which ones are in which week. And, yeah. So, any comments at all?
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And beauty is one of the inner beauty, one of the universal laws. You know, it doesn't matter what you look like outside. There can be great beauty inside. Even the apparently not the most beautiful, according to the ego standards. Anyway, so one of the things that I experienced in the last month or so is a realization that comes from the Course. Okay, who created the body? Who created the human body? Do you know?
Must be ego. It
Yeah.
must be ego because I am not a body. I am free.
Right. Because the ego creates only things that do not last. Okay, they do not last. The body does not last. Only the wisdom lasts, and the eternal self, and the soul, and the beauty of the real being. Anyway, so I got to practice that a lot in the last few weeks. Okay, so let's see. Any comments, Robin, at all?
It's a good reminder of that laugh, LAF.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's love, acceptance, and forgiveness.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't finish it. And above all, don't forget to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ending of it.
Well, you had the punchline to the
Yeah,
joke. Then.
there you go.
actually had the setup.
Totally set up, yeah. Okay, let's go look at Miracles Principle number 32. And who would like to just read it, please?
I would.
Okay.
I inspire all miracles, which are really intercessions. They intercede for your holiness and make your perceptions holy. By placing you beyond the physical laws, they raise you into the sphere of celestial order. In this order, you are perfect.
That's yummy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's your cake. You can have your cake and eat it too.
I like that.
Yeah, I
one
do
a lot.
too. I didn't. I had challenges with the computer and my vision and stuff, so I didn't go find the other version of it. But if I'm supposed to, we'll do it next week. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Any comments about this? It's just really lovely.
Just like for me, as soon as I read, was reading through this again, like it just struck me. So it's like miracles working as like you're putting on new glasses on the right. You're putting on the right prescription. Like you're walking around with the wrong. Like I had the wrong prescription for a good couple of years.
And you couldn't see well.
Yeah, and a doctor told me I didn't need bifocals, and I said, no, I've always worn them. And she said, no, you just need computer glasses. Point being, this past summer I got bifocals again, and it's been a whole new world, right?
Yay!
Or like the idea of like washing off like your sunglasses or washing off the mirror, like and being able, and you're like, that's a clear view there.
Look, I can see.
Yeah, right.
Finally.
Like, wow, that's our, or when Robin, if you're doing the windows, cleaning off the windows at the clubhouse, it just have a fresh perception of seeing through that window, right? Like,
Maybe she doesn't clean the windows.
I wasn't sure. I was just trying to, once a teacher, always a teacher. I'm just trying to appeal to everyone. But yeah, just like seeing that new, fresh perspective. And yeah, as we've been working through the course, it's just So,
And also, Dr. Larry prescribed for me a special pair of glasses that I need to go online and purchase. You do this for 20 minutes a day. They're really dark black glasses, and they have like 500 little holes in them. And you just sit and meditate for 20 minutes, and your vision starts improving.
Oh,
So with your eyes open.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
yeah, you'll see.
Yeah,
But that's so neat.
I guess yeah. You open your eyes and then you blink when you need to.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Anyway, so yeah, clear new vision, and vision is one of the universal laws, of course.
Yes.
Clear vision. Okay, let's go look at the manual, teacher's manual. The material this week is quite incredible and very lengthy, so we'll do what we can to cover as much as we can. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, the teacher's manual. Section 16, and I need to remind you, take out the second part. There's no second part.
Okay.
So anyway, let's see. Let's go look at the material. How should the teacher of God spend his day? Okay, it's 11 paragraphs. So let's do a couple at the beginning and maybe a couple at the end, and that way we can get through the material. So first one's kind of long. Who wants to read it? Please. Section 1, paragraph 1.
I could do it.
Okay, thank you.
How should the teacher of God spend his day? To the advanced teacher of God, this question is meaningless. There is no program for the lessons change each day. Yet the teacher of God is sure of but one thing: they do not change at random. Seeing this and understanding that it is true, he rests content. He will be told all that his role should be, this day and every day. And those who share that role with him will find him, so they can learn the lessons for the day together. Not one is absent whom he needs. Not one is sent without a learning goal already set, and one which can be learned that very day. For the advanced teacher of God, then, this question is superfluous, whatever.
Superfluous means excessive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
Okay. It has been asked and answered, and he keeps in constant contact with the answer. He is set and sees the road on which he walks stretched surely and smoothly before him.
Okay. Any comments on that? Because I have a couple of comments. Anybody? So I like the idea that the lessons change every day. Have you noticed that? I think that's well put. So, like when I was in the hospital, there was all the challenging, icky parts, but then I got to experience with every adversity comes a seed of an equal or greater benefit. So the worse things were at some points, the more greater the revelations and the miracles were. And I got to experience the staff. I was speaking Arabic, French, and Spanish to the staff. And most like the CNAs, they get ignored, they're considered low on the totem pole list. They're the lowest paid in the hospital. Right. But we had extraordinary experiences, and my room became like a party central room, laughter and joking and stuff like that. And so every day was new and amazing. And anyway, just extraordinary experiences. So even in very the worst possible times, there can still be great beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amen and amen.
Yeah.
And 8 parakeets.
Okay. let's go to the last paragraph.
All right.
Let's see. We're going to fast forward a little bit here
There you
because,
go.
let's see, how many paragraphs was there? 11, I think. So
The very last one.
yes.
Okay. Is not this an exchange that you would want? The world would gladly make it if it knew it could be made. It is God's teachers who must teach that it can. So it is their function to make sure that they have learned it. No risk is possible throughout the day except to put your trust in magic, for it is only this that leads to pain. There is no will but God's. His teachers know that this is so and have learned that everything but this is magic. All belief in magic is maintained by just one simple-minded illusion, that it works. All through his training, every day and every hour, and even every minute and second, must God's teachers learn to recognize the forms of magic and perceive their meaninglessness. Fear is withdrawn from them, and so they go. And thus the gate of heaven is reopened, and its light can shine again on an untroubled mind.
I know that the gate of heaven is reopened. Oh my. Yeah. Who would want to be anywhere else but in heaven? Yeah. So even though things have the appearance of being difficult or negative or challenging, the truth is the opposite. There's some beauty there. There's some miracle there, some revelation there.
And I think in the way that like this is laid out structurally, the text, like it's reminding me of how it's like the underlining is the idea that's been throughout the course of like the ego is putting us into our own prison.
Yeah.
Right? And so
Yes.
by the time we get to the end of this, it's like, well, the gate of heaven is reopened, but from what led up to it, it's like, well, we're the one that closed it.
Yes.
Like it
Exactly.
could have been just, you know, it was open the whole time, but in the world we
Yes.
created in our mind, you know,
Yes.
yeah, we were like, oh, that thing closed for something that I did.
Yes.
Aw.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made some incorrect choices and got to suffer a bunch, you know?
Yeah. And Jill, listening to you say that, I was kind of thinking about and I don't know where it is in the course at all, but
Right.
you know, the image of the cave where you're looking at the wall and you
Yes.
think that your hands are tied behind your back,
Yes,
but
yes.
you can walk out anytime and the light is right behind you, and it's been there all the time.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
a self-created prison that we create. So yes.
Yeah, and I feel so good about us like being able to like laugh about this idea because I know we're all kind of like perhaps getting the image of where we started, where we were when we started with the course before going through the material, like you know, repainting ourselves every time with the ideas. Like it's just neat to see the progression of how beautiful.
Yeah.
When did Ruth? When did you start studying A Course in Miracles?
Goodness gracious! Whenever you were, well, let's see. When did you teach your class?
It was 2007.
2007. I think I had been doing it for maybe 3 years prior to that.
Really?
So
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just can't even imagine how cool it must be to have been going through this material over the years and to see the own self growth and the journey with God unfold. That's so cool.
And same with you, Robin. Do you remember what year you started?
Not really.
Well, you were in one of my classes back in the 80s, I believe.
Yeah.
Through Unity. Remember? You sang for the Unity Church and everybody called you God's little sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but the point being, you know, that like for me and some of my friends who have done it for a while, we kind of went in and out of it over the years. And you know, as I have had a lot of time to meditate and reflect. And those years I didn't do the course, guess what?
Yeah.
Not so good. Health issues, financial issues. And when I got back in the course again, things started realigning.
Oh, here, move a little this way because the screen is like cutting you off.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? That's
Uh-huh.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move ahead here. Let's see. Oh, here's the workbook.
Forgiveness. Yeah.
Yes, here's the workbook. What is forgiveness? Okay. Oh yeah. So let's do this. We want to kind of move quickly through some of these because the review section is so long, like 11 sections and all. So let's just read this all together. We just read it. Okay. Lesson 218. Okay.
I
I
Am
am
not
not
a body.
body.
I am
I am
free.
free.
For
For
I
I
am still
am still
as
as
God
God
created
created
me.
me.
Lesson 198 review. Only my
Only my
condemnation
condemnation
injures
injures me.
me.
My
My condemnation
condemnation keeps
keeps
my vision dark,
and through
and through my sightless eyes,
I
I
I
cannot
cannot
see
see
vision
the
of
vision of my glory.
glory.
Woo! Wow.
That's a
Yes.
Yet
universal law of
today,
glory, okay?
Oh, good.
Okay.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay. Yet today
Today,
I
I
can
can behold
behold the
this
glory.
glory and be glad.
Okay, so that's the law of glory.
Talk about some good news.
Universal, yeah. Isn't that
Mhm.
glorious? That's like gives me chills all over. Woo,
Yay.
down to my little
Mhm.
tippy-toes.
Good.
All right, next one. Let's see. Um, oh, did I miss the? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now 219.
219.
go.
Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Lesson 219. I am not a
I am
body.
not a body. I
I
am
am
free.
free. For I
For
am
I am
still
still
as
as
God
God
created me.
created me.
Let's see. Lesson 199. I am not
I am not
a
a
body.
body.
I am free.
I am free.
I am
I
God's
am God's
son.
son.
Be still
Be still
my
my
mind
mind
and
and
think
think
a moment
a moment
upon
upon this,
this. And
and
then
then
return
return
Earth
to earth without confusion
as
to what
as to what
Father
my
loves
Father loves
forever
forever
as his son.
as his son.
Maybe let's take turns reading that.
Yeah, maybe we take turns. Okay. So who
Yeah.
wants to do the next section? Lesson 220. Who wants to do it? Ruth?
Okay. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. Review of 200. There is no peace except the peace of God. Let me not wander from the way of peace, for I am lost on other roads than this. But let me follow him who leads me home, and peace is certain as the love of God.
Aren't these review sections just
They're
priceless?
just amazing. They're
Because
so
it's like a diamond. It's like when you do the whole lesson in the book, you know, it's a couple of pages or whatever. That's the whole diamond. But this is like a facet of the diamond, but it's very pure or something.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Robin? Oh, let's see. We're going into the, okay. So
The
now
next
we're going
section,
into the
yeah.
regular section. So how about read a
Should we just skip
paragraph?
over? Yeah,
What's
should we
that?
just skip over to what is forgiveness instead of just reading about what the review is all about, the introduction,
Uh,
or no?
let's see. I think forgiveness is down below. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
happened here.
a couple of pages into it, it says what is forgiveness. Should we just skip into that, or no?
For sake of time, what she's saying.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Do
Okay.
you want me
first
to read
paragraph?
paragraph 1?
Yes.
Okay. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. It does not pardon sins and make them real. It sees there was no sin. And in that view are all your sins forgiven. What is sin except a false idea about God's Son? Forgiveness merely sees its falsity and therefore lets it go. What then is free to take its place is now the will of God.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
Want me to keep reading?
well, let's just talk for a second. So, in the Yeshua message, the one lesson that I was looking at in the hospital was, um, let me not see my brother's past. Because the ego judges so much. You know, you see a person, you think about a family member, like Thanksgiving coming up. Oh my, you know, all the flags, red flags. Sometimes, you know, oh, I have to go see my family or whatever. But anyway, so there's no past, there's just now, and that is so refreshing because there's only the purity and the beauty of now, and the rest is all irrelevant. That's just so enormously freeing. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to paragraph 4, or let's see, 5.
Paragraph 4. You want to
5.
Okay, 5. Do nothing then, and let forgiveness show you what to do. Through him who is your guide, your savior and protector, strong in hope and certain of your ultimate success. He has forgiven what the okay, 1 second. Where did it go?
Maybe I missed that.
That's okay. Oh, forgiven you already.
It's on the next page.
Yeah, just this technical error. Okay, forgiven
Scroll
you
down.
already, for such is his function, given him by God. Now must you share his function and forgive whom he has saved, whose sinlessness he sees, and whom he honors as a son of God.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Okay, lesson 221.
Okay, lesson 221. Peace to my mind, let all my thoughts be still. Father, I have come to you today to seek the peace that you alone can give. I come in silence, in the quiet of my heart, the deep recesses of my mind. I wait and listen for your voice. My Father, speak to me today. I come to hear your voice in silence and in certainty and love. Sure, you will hear my call and answer me. Now do we wait in quiet. God is here because we wait together. I am sure that he will speak to you and you will hear. Accept my confidence, for it is yours. Our minds are joined. We wait with one intent, to hear our Father's answer to our call, to let our thoughts be still and find his peace, to hear him speak to us of what we are, and to reveal himself unto his Son.
Okay, so this is a beautiful prayer,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
These 2 paragraphs are a whole prayer. And they are so lovely, and sometimes they're incorporated into the Yeshua message, but didn't have time this time. Okay, so, but that's just a beautiful, beautiful, sweet message there. Okay, lesson 222.
222. God is with me, and I live and move in him. God is with me. He is my source of life, the life within, the air I breathe, the food by which I am sustained, the water which renews and cleanses me. He is my home, wherein I live and move, the spirit which directs my actions, offers me its thoughts, and guarantees my safety from all pain. He covers me with kindness and with care, and holds in love the sun he shines upon, who also shines on him. How still is he who knows the truth of what he speaks today. Father, we have no words except your name upon our lips and in our minds. As we come quietly into your presence now,
and ask to rest with you in peace a while.
Oh.
Oh,
So there were
man.
times in the hospital I had to put myself in the Jesus nursery.
Yeah. Oh,
But you know, at least I had a strategy, you know.
right.
And so this was the kind of prayer that I would do. It's
Oh,
like
you had the
Mhm.
tools to
I
do
had
in
the
that
tools.
moment.
Yeah, the tools. And
Mhm.
when I came out, they thought I was going to be in a walker, a wheelchair, use a cane, all this kind of stuff. I have a really nice
Why?
walking stick. And so I had to have physical therapy. So the physical therapist
Mm.
came twice. And the first time she gave me this test was called the Berg test. And
Mhm.
so it was 20 minutes long, and I had to walk and stand on one foot and do all this stuff. And her eyes kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And she said, well, I'm only going to do 2 sessions with you. That was allowed because you passed this test with flying colors. I have never seen a score this high, in several
Wow.
years.
Wow.
So it was like a 56,
Wow.
and I got a 54. And she said,
Wow.
I don't know what it is. I said, well, part of it is I used to teach Tai Chi and I have been active physically. And she said,
Yeah.
you're so stable on your feet and everything like a tree rooted in the
Mhm.
earth. And I said, that's one of the first exercises in teaching Tai Chi,
Yep.
is you imagine
Yep.
you are this great big oak tree and your roots are going down deep into the earth. And
Mhm.
so anyway, so that was kind of
Wow.
encouraging, because it could have
Yeah.
been way, way, way worse, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but miracles abound, and I'm so
Yes.
glad I have that resource, that got me through some
Yes.
amazingly challenging times, and I am just
Mhm.
nothing but grateful. Okay, let's see. 223. Jill?
Sure. God is my life. I have no life but His. I was mistaken when I thought I lived apart from God, a separate entity that moved in isolation, unattached, and housed within a body. Now I know my life is God's. I have no other home, and I do not exist apart from Him. He has no thoughts that are not part of mine, and I have none but those which are part of Him. And then the second part, too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Our Father, let us see the face of Christ instead of our mistakes.
Ooh.
Oh, breathe easier with that.
Yeah. Breathe that in.
For we who are your holy Son are sinless. We would look upon our sinlessness, for guilt proclaims that we are not your Son, and we would forget you longer. We are lonely here and long for heaven, where we are at home. Today we would return. Our name is yours, and we acknowledge that we are your Son. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm. Well,
Yeah.
these are just amazing, aren't they?
They
Yeah.
are, and it's
Mhm.
like, wow,
It's just, it's amazing
And
grace.
well, it is, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes.
the
Yes.
uh, for some of us who've done the course, I've done it off and on since 1982. It's almost embarrassing, It's like I should be further along than I am, but I'm pretty far along.
You're right where God wants you
But
to
that's
be.
it. Yeah.
Right, right where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be. It's
Right.
in the perfect spot.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Mm.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
Now, should we
lesson.
take a little exercise
I
break?
think
Oh,
that's
do you
what
want to do you want to do you want to do that last lesson?
Oh yeah, let's finish up, and then we'll do the
Okay,
exercises, and then we'll go to the text. Okay.
sounds good. Okay, lesson 224. God is my Father, and He loves His Son. My true identity is so secure, so lofty, sinless, glorious, and great, wholly beneficent, and free from guilt, that heaven looks to it to give it light. It lights the world as well. It is the gift my Father gave to me, the one as well I give the world. There is no gift but this that can be either given or received. This is reality, but only this, and only this. This is illusion's end. It is the truth. My name, O Father, still is known to you. I have forgotten it and do not know where I'm going, who I am, or what it is that I do. Remind me, Father, now, for I am weary of the world I see. Reveal what you would have me see instead.
That's a good prayer too.
That's a great prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed.
That like reminds me of the Serenity Prayer in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
You guys all know the Serenity Prayer, right? From the 12-step program?
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So, okay,
Beautiful.
let's do, before we do the text, let's stand up
Stand up.
a couple minutes and shake your booty.
I put in here. I want to say hi.
Yes. What?
Because it's the
Oh.
screen, the funny screen.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
it makes us. Yeah, but who cares? Okay.
Well, you can only see half of us or something,
Yeah,
but
okay.
we'll get the idea.
Okay. So what do you want to? Any requests from?
Let's do.
Yeah?
Let's do. Never give up. Never surrender. Never give up.
Give up.
Never surrender.
Surrender.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never
Never
surrender.
surrender.
Yeah. Okay. And you pick one.
Okay. So let's do. I am light.
I am light. Oops.
I am light.
Okay. I am joy.
I am joy.
I am joy.
I am happiness.
I am
I
happiness.
am happiness.
I am health.
I am health.
I am.
What? Peace.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am
How
peace.
about I'm glorious?
I am glorious.
I am
You
glorious.
could do that every day just for a minute and come up with the universal laws that are so powerful.
That's what I do to get myself. Part of how I get myself out of bed in the morning. Is I say, "Yay, angels! I'm excited to see what we do today." I say,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind yourself. All right. Any other ones you want to do, Mary? Or any that anyone else wants to do?
Nope.
Oh, how about delete? Let's see. What is it?
Cancel.
Cancel. Delete.
Delete.
Delete. Delete.
Erase.
Erase.
Forgive.
Yeah.
So be it. And shake your booty
Okay.
again.
Uh-huh.
Woo! All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to get up and get moving.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, righty. Let's go dig into the text a little bit here. So, text chapter 19, the first half, section 1, healing and faith. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Where? Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Chapter 19. The what?
Attainment of peace.
Attainment of peace. Okay. All right. Healing and faith. Okay. 16 paragraphs. Let's do the first two and the last two, please. So somebody do the first two and then somebody else do the last two, because that's a lot of material.
Okay.
Okay.
Healing and faith. We said before that when a situation has been dedicated wholly to truth, peace is inevitable. Its attainment is the criterion by which the wholeness of the dedication can be safely assumed. Yet we also said that peace without faith will never be attained. For what is dedicated to truth, as its only goal is brought to truth by faith. This faith encompasses everyone involved. For only thus the situation is perceived as meaningful and as a whole, and everyone must be involved in it, or else your faith is limited and your dedication incomplete. Every situation properly perceived becomes an opportunity to heal the Son of God. And he is healed because you offer faith to him, giving him to the Holy Spirit and releasing him from every demand your ego would make of him. Thus do you see him free. And in this vision does the Holy Spirit share. And since he shares it, he has given it. And so he leads through you. It is this joining Him in a united purpose that makes this purpose real, because you make it whole. And this is healing. The body is healed because you came without it and joined the mind in which all healing rests.
Yeah, so in this is the universal law of unity. Unity, uniting, and oneness with our brothers and sisters versus judging them. And before, when I was in the hospital another couple times, I would judge the doctors and, judge, so I was in there for heart conditions, and one of the nurses was a very large lady, and she was puffing and panting and everything, and I thought, man, she needs to watch out or she's going to join me here, But I just sent her love and light, and she was very gracious and kind. And I experienced 10 days in the hospital without much judgment, but so much love, a chance to practice love. And what, I guess my soul needed that.
Yes. And it's so interesting that as you give it out, it has to come back. Two sides of the same coin. Has to come back.
Yeah.
Has to come back, yes. Thank you, Ruth. Indeed. Let's see. And the last couple here. Okay. So much material. Isn't it amazing? Wow. Let's see here. Okay. I think there's 16. Okay. So how about paragraph 16, somebody?
I can do that unless you want to, Robin.
No, I'm okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay, let then your dedication be to the eternal, and learn how not to interfere with it and make it slave to time. For what you think you do to the eternal, you do to you, whom God created as His Son is slave to nothing, being Lord of all, along with His Creator. You can enslave a body, but an idea is free, incapable of being kept in prison or limited in any way except by the mind that thought it. For it remains joined to its source, which is its jailer or its liberator, according to which it chooses as its purpose for itself.
Well, so you get to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my husband's a martial artist, a teacher trainer used to be, and the students would say, do we have to do that? Practice. And he goes, you don't have to do it. You could choose to do it.
Yeah.
So it gives a different perception. Like, I have to do my laundry or whatever. How about I get to do my laundry,
And we'll have clean clothes.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
in section 2, all right. So let me see, that one has, how many? Oh, no, let's see. No, that's the answer key. So 8 paragraphs. So sin versus error. Okay. How about the first paragraph?
Okay, it is essential that error be not confused with sin. And it is this distinction that makes salvation possible. For error can be corrected and the wrong made right. But sin, were it possible, would be irreversible. The belief in sin is necessarily based on the firm conviction that minds, not bodies, can attack. And thus, mind is guilty and will forever so remain unless a mind not part of it can give it absolution. Sin calls for punishment as error for correction, and the belief that punishment is correction is clearly insane.
And who wants to go to an insane asylum, right? No, thank you.
Last line? I want to see the very last line again, please. Sorry.
Which one?
Ruth, would you just read the very last line again?
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, sin calls for punishment as error for correction, and the belief that punishment is correction is clearly insane.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So good.
It is. It is. Yeah. Very, very good. Very beautiful and very wise.
Is not an error.
Okay. Someday we'll get wisdom, right? Like right now.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see.
Can we look at paragraph 2?
Sure. Yes, please. You want to read it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sin is not an error, for sin entails an arrogance which the idea of error lacks. To sin would be to violate reality and to succeed. Sin is the proclamation that attack is real and guilt is justified. It assumes the Son of God is guilty and has thus succeeded in losing his innocence and making himself what God created not. So sin is not an error.
Yeah.
I thought that sin was a mistake, that sin is just a mistake.
I think that's what our churches teach.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
you know.
No, I heard it from the Course in Miracles here. So, yeah, earlier in the Course, it talks about sin is missing the mark. It's just a mistake.
Right. Exactly.
But here it says it's not an error. It's not a mistake. So what's going on?
Well, that's saying the same thing.
Let me see.
Let's see, I think. Yeah, we'll get it clear here.
For sin entails an arrogance. I can understand that. A pride. Yeah. Arrogance which the idea of error lacks. Huh. Well, it's denying the truth, the reality.
Right. I think what it's saying is you just made a mistake. It's no big deal. But
Well,
if you
as
take
sin
it on, if you call it sin, it's bad, and you did this horrible thing. It's just a mistake you made. It's okay. Go.
Well, it says here, sin is not a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's saying, sin is not.
The way that I'm reading that is, don't call it sin. It's just a mistake.
Right.
You know, sin entails an arrogance. If it's just a mistake, then it's no big deal. It's not a problem. But sin, you're going to go to hell because you committed a sin. That's the way I'm reading that.
It's the perception of it. Well, if you look in a dictionary, an unabridged dictionary, and you can find the root meaning of the word sin, it means an arrow that you sent out and it missed the mark.
Yeah, that's what Robin was saying.
Yeah.
It's somewhere there. But they're saying, like, yeah, so that's the etymology of it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, Robin, go back to the previous paragraph, and it says, for error can be corrected and the wrong made right, but sin, were it possible, would be irreversible. That's where this is going for. An error is just a mistake and it can be corrected, but sin is like
and deserves punishment.
Irreversible.
Yeah.
And
sin
so
deserves punishment.
Yeah.
Mistake, you just fix it and go down the road.
I think the discernment that the Course, like, that Jesus is trying to make is that there was no sin until we got the dictionary, and there's an etymology for the world, and it came into being. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that all helpful? Yeah, and Ruth, thank you, because that's a passage I was trying to, like, look back on the computer screen.
Does it make sense, Robin?
Yeah. It's interesting that that in our schizophrenia that we made up sin in our
Ah,
Beautifully
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Whoa.
in our psychotic way of thinking.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, it's not reality. And the arrogance part, oh, yes, there is sin. It's everywhere, Well, that's that's the
Yeah.
ego trying to say, I'm right.
Hellfire and damnation,
I
right?
was just like sinners in the hands of an angry God. It was in New England when the Pilgrims first came over, like all those churches of that time, sinners in the hands of an angry God, brimstone, and that's
Yeah. The Puritans, yes.
the Puritans,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's been like this collective schizophrenia imposed upon us that almost.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that, Robin. That was brilliant.
Yeah. That's really good piecing, piecing apart this text there.
Yeah.
Good work.
Have you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Yeah.
Yes, a while ago, yes.
Yeah, that's a movie a long time ago. And if we could recognize when the ego is doing illusions with us,
Right.
we could, not, we could just say, oh, I know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you and know what's real and what's not real. So,
yeah. And so, Robin, to take that another step, the first sentence in the next paragraph, the Son of God can be mistaken. He can deceive himself. He can even turn the power of his mind against himself, but he cannot sin. There's nothing that he can do that would really change his reality in any way or make him really guilty. So sin has this connotation of guilt and then probably punishment too, right? And error is like, okay, I made a mistake. It's okay. Yeah. I can change my mind. I can change, what I did.
Yeah, and I can do ho'oponopono on the other person or situation and on me. But in sin, there's no ho'oponopono.
Right.
Yes.
And if we remove the guilt and the shame and the idea of sin, then we and start to treat ourselves with more self-compassion, then we can ultimately, if we take a look back at all the mistakes we think we've made, but can see like how that led us down a path to something greater for us. Better.
Absolutely. Right? Yes, you had to learn from that mistake or from whatever that experience was. What you learned brought you to the point where you are today.
And to see yourself, how God and the Son and the Spirit want to see us, how they just and all the angels just begging for us to see us in that true light, right?
I used to always say when I was a therapist, so many people play the blame, shame, victim game. Blame, shame, victim game. It's a game.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy. But instead, go back to the early lessons in the course. I'm not a victim of the world I see.
Right.
We go right back there and tie it all together, and it's a circular answer.
So maybe like learning if we can learn how to be joyous when we make a mistake.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what that will lead to, or what I'll learn from that. Yeah, right. So cool. That was a good follow-up to that.
Yeah. Thank you. Do you want to read more in this section to study more about sin and guilt, or go ahead?
6 minutes,
Sure.
Yeah, because this is, this is not something that's talked about in most spiritual studies.
Right. Right.
And so let's go ahead. Let's see. Paragraph 4.
Okay. I'll read it. Okay, cool. A major tenet in the ego's insane religion is that sin is not error, but truth.
Ooh, there you go.
A major tenet in the ego's insane religion is that sin is not error but truth. That's what the ego believes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bingo, boy.
Okay.
Whew.
And
Yeah.
it is innocence that would deceive. Purity is seen as arrogance, and the acceptance of the self as sinful is perceived as holiness. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that means twisted up, man.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. And it is this doctrine that replaces the reality of the Son of God as his Father created him and willed that he be forever. Is this humility? Or is it rather an attempt to wrest creation away from truth and keep it separate? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the insanity.
You think?
Hello.
You think?
The insanity of the ego wants to be in control because it doesn't want to die.
Right.
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 So,
It doesn't
Yeah.
believe there's no death. There's
Right.
death of the physical body, but the spirit is eternal and free.
right. Yeah.
And that's who,
Okay.
who I am as God created me.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I hate for the Crusaders to read this passage and then see like, what were we doing?
Okay, somebody please read 5.
I can read that.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Any attempt to reinterpret sin as error is always indefensible to the ego. The idea of sin is wholly sacrosanct to its thought system and quite unapproachable, except with reverence and awe. It is the most holy concept in the ego system, lovely and powerful, wholly true, and necessarily protected with every defense at its disposal. For here lies its best, I love the quotations, defense, which all the others serve. Here is its armor, its protection, and the fundamental purpose of the special relationship and its interpretation. Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Let's go look at. Is there one more?
No, there's several.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the last one then.
Okay.
'Cause we're
Would
getting
you
ready
not?
for- Yeah.
Yes. Would you not rather that all this be nothing more than a mistake, entirely correctable, and so easily escaped from that its whole correction is like walking through a mist into the sun? For that is all it is. Perhaps you would be tempted to agree with the ego that it is far better to be sinful than mistaken. Yet think you carefully before you allow yourself to make this choice. Approach it not lightly, for it is the choice of hell or heaven. Ooh.
I'd rather be in heaven. I'm sorry.
I choose heaven.
And the Bible says, choose this day whom you will serve. You know,
Mhm.
God or ego, God or mammon, it says.
Well, I gotta go, guys. I have a doctor's call coming here.
Okay.
Honey.
Okay.
Robin,
Let's-
thank
let's-
you so much for being on. And
Thank
next week we'll
you.
figure
Yes.
out the right time
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
everybody together.
Bye, Robin,
Okay.
and
We
bye,
love
everybody.
you.
All
Yeah, I
right.
love you
Figure out-
too.
And I hope you
We'll
will go
figure out
on
when.
the Sunday service and hear this Dr. Larry. It has self-healing techniques that are fast and easy and powerful.
And I will email out that link later.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Robin.
Is there a way
All right. Bye,
that you
y'all.
can hear it another time? Because during 10:30, I'm with the choir at Light of the World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try to get access to it for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll figure out. I'll make note of that so that I can mention it to our tech people, so I can get a link to it to send to you. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, please.
Thank
Yeah,
All
'cause
right.
I,
Great.
I
We
think
love you,
I
honey.
think
Thanks for
Sophie has a.
sharing.
Bye, Robin.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I think
Yeah.
Sophie has a soccer game on Sunday
Okay.
too. That I
Okay.
so
All
I
right.
won't be able to see
Oh.
this.
Bye.
I'll
Yeah.
get a copy. Of
Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yes. Yes.
So,
All
how are we
right,
doing?
you all. Well,
We're done.
we have to figure out when the next class is going to be. So
Yeah. So, do we want to finish up here, or shall we finish?
Oh, I think we're done for the.
I think we're done
Yeah.
for today.
Let's call it. Let's call it.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot
I gotta
of
go.
material here that's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yes.
And we got lots
Yes,
of
but
oohs and ahs.
yeah. Yes, for sure. Yes, and I have to go make dinner. So
Okay, sounds good. Do you have one?
I love you guys.
Do you have one closing thought about the experience today?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Probably. Oh, I mean, oh gosh, the first part, and then the second part, and then, but where we ended with sin and correction, that is such a different way of looking at it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. We needed that.
Yep.
We did.
And
We
so
did.
in the next few days, we'll send the study guide for number 33, so you can have it
Yay.
ahead of time and play with it.
We're progressing.
Yes.
There you go.
Hello.
Oh,
We're finally
thank
moving
you.
on,
Yes. Well, have a wonderful week, you two, and I love you, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds
Bye.
good. Lots of love, honey. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.